came home and cranky with my wife. Talking about that, but
No cranky.
then I watched a really intense but good movie, 13 Lives, about um about the 13 Thai soccer team kids that were in the cave 4 years ago. But it was it was Ronnie Howard, did a
Ron Howard produced it.
really well done. I mean, it was 2.5 hours. It was riveting. And I knew most of the story, but I didn't know that a lot of people didn't know what was going on until after that they had to drug the kids. Well, they would never have been able to get out. None of them were divers. And if they had, I thought they just sedated them, but then it made sense. So they actually gave them ketamine and really just completely knocked them out and kind of wrapped them up like a package and, with a snorkel and everything, and took them through the cave. I mean, the filming was
Jesus.
And
I think I missed that.
Story now.
Yeah.
they were trapped they had gone from soccer practice to go to this cave of the sleeping princess in the northern part near Chiang Mai.
Team. What country? Oh, from Thailand.
Just high,
It
junior
was
high.
organized. This was an organized trip. They just went on their own.
With their coach.
With their coach though.
Yeah, they always go to that cave, but then the monsoon hit and they got trapped there.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
So 18 days till they got them out, but they didn't know until
Wow, that's a good fast.
they just drank water from the cave.
That. So maybe we should all fast.
Luckily, their coach was with them and taught them how to meditate and think positive. And
That's yeah.
I was like,
Right there.
13 lives spelled out. 13. That was nice for me to know the ending before.
So
But it's also nice to remember that beforehand.
yeah.
Very riveting. What station was it on? Amazon Prime, I think.
All right. Well, I have them all, so it doesn't matter.
I don't have Paramount Plus anymore.
I don't even know what that is. So.
And then
Oh, really?
CBS. So I can't get Stephen Colbert anymore.
The important things. All right. We'll see if people join us on Zoom. Let's get started. So I know that it's always good for me to come out regardless of who comes. The goal of these 2 months is for me to find the perfect day and time for me to do regular. So it's not going to be so sporadic. It's going to be a set day and time. So I'm going to continue my set dates for October and then just pick a regular day and time. How are you feeling today?
Feeling a little slow to rise.
Slow to rise. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that new moon in Scorpio, we're in autumn. The weather's providing for a different emotional landscape, which always is nice.
Finally going direct with this.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Tomorrow. So we can finally move forward.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just close our eyes for a moment. Let's just forget our morning, everything that we've done to arrive here. And the most important thing is just for us to catch our mind up with our body in the present moment. So let's take a collective breath. Inhale. Let's start with just a couple exhales out of the mouth. Good. Just shaking off, again, those thoughts, what you're going to do today, just arriving here. And I want you, and I want all of us, me included, to just set our intention for this time that we have together. Going to recalibrate, even out our emotions, maybe raise our chi, unblock some stagnations, whatever that is for you. As much as when we prepare a meal, it's an act of love. This is an act of love. So if there's places in your body, in your life that need more love, less judgment, let's put some attention to that. Good. Inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. All right, let's start with knocking on the doorway. Are you practicing Qigong on your own? Are you taking classes?
Doing, probably know Nick Lockery.
Yeah, of course. He
Too.
yeah, he trained with us. Yeah. He's not a TCM person now. Yeah, yeah. Just letting you know.
Video, so
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Good. So let's unwinding the spine. Stoking the fire a little bit with those Ming Men. And then returning to the breath. Good. Let's cup that rib. A little stronger with that liver gallbladder meridian. Get that morning detox going. Oh, good. Let's tap on those lungs. Good. Gallbladder 21. Let's see if we can get rid of any of that tension, the rise of the shoulder. That should be name of a book, The Inevitable Rise of the Shoulder.
I know I keep coming up with all these great little titles for stories or a book.
Back down. Oh, good. Let's just go into water rays. Mm. Good, and relax. Beautiful. Love the energy here. Spinal cord breathing. Good. So again, it's not about how you look. It's if you need to close your eyes and really visualize that spine. So inhale, chin, open up the chest, spread those arms. Good. Chin to the chest. Good. Tuck that tailbone. So breath is leading the movement. We're not moving unless we're breathing. Good. Creating a pump. Getting that cerebral spinal fluid, nourishing all those discs. Ah. In the nose, go out the nose. Good. Let's go side to side. Open up that side body with a twist and exhale to the center. Good. We got yoga out here today. We got beach volleyball. We have an Al-Anon. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I should go there.
Or AA's Anonymous. One of those two. And relax. Relax the shoulders. Let's pump it up. Inhale up. Arms are just a bystander, the movement of your legs, of that central core. Inhale. Good. Feel the weightlessness. Let's really get some lubrication in that shoulder. Good. Bending the knees. We're pumping the legs. We're starting to warm up the muscles here. Good. Side to side. Chi bowling. Good. Inhale to the center. Good. Yeah, let's really open up that. That feels good. Good. So it's bounce. One arm comes in front, one arm in the back. It's also a brain exercise. Good. Inhale, lift. Find that moment of stillness, that rhythm. Good. Deepening that twist. Wringing out the organs. And if you're feeling like you want to detox, then it's exhale out of the mouth. Otherwise, you can go in and out of the nose. Good. A couple more. And relax. Good. Thumbs on the low back. Let's open up the daimai here. So we're pressing forward as the hips come forward to the ocean and release. So we'll keep the thumbs here for a minute and then we'll move them. It's nice, steady breath. Good. So head over the feet, just moving those hips. Let's go the other direction. And if you feel like you want to move them a little bit up or down the spine, go ahead and do so. October 1st. Good. And press. Good. So you can move your thumbs here a little bit. I also like to go side to side. That tends to be my tight spot, that hip flexor psoas. Making sure that dime is nice and open. I like to do these stretches as I walk onto the dance floor. Make sure I'm really good to go. Good. Let's lubricate all the joints. So if you guys have done this before, we're going to do some teacups. We'll start with the right. So pick your beverage of choice. So we're lubricating the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the hips, and that left knee. A little bit on that ankle. We're going to return to your attention to the breath. And if you feel like you've gotten this, try to do smooth motion or like silk reeling. Smooth motion here. And breathe. Good. Move those hips. Good. Let's do the other side. Good. Play around with that shoulder. Open up that armpit. Good. You guys got that, right? Let's go the other direction. So right hand, we're going out first, then around. Really feel that opening in the side body. Squat. Still supporting the muscles of the lower body here. Keeping them warm. And breathe. That feels good. Let's do the other side. Cue the rowers. Beautiful. Good. Nourishing these tendons, these ligaments, but mostly the joints. Good. Just even breathing. Nothing fancy, just in and out, their own pace. You might notice one side has more crepitus than the other. All right, let's do both. So let's go back and around. Okay, one more. Beautiful. Into the ocean. And around. Try not to drop that T. I agree. And relax. Oh, that feels good. I needed that. Thank you. Nice. All right. I want to open up the side body next. Let's just start with picking cherries. So I want our lower body to be rooted as we come up and pick. So again, we're opening up the heart, the small intestine, and doing that twist. And you can stand up in between. It doesn't have to be so feeling like you're picking. So there's a push pull here. Okay. Breath can be even. I like to inhale as I reach and exhale. And I like to add the legs, especially on days like this where it's a little cold, wanting to keep warm. I end up doing a little bit more squatting. So as we reach, feel that lengthening, opening up that side body. Yes. I've never actually picked cherries. Is this how you do it? I don't know. Good. And the big thing is the rotation. So we're wanting to, again, outstretch those meridians as we're breathing, making sure there's no stuckness. Good. Just a couple more. Good. Let's move it side to side very slowly, not to get dizzy. So again, push pull here. Push pull here. Inhale to center. Good. Really feel that push pull action. Inhale to the front. Relax. Good. We're gonna do a couple more before we go into flow. So it's here. So you're pressing your hands together to create the opening of that side. Okay. And then we're gonna go just side to side, looking in the opposite direction. So you'll feel the actual stress when you're pressing those palms together. And breathe. So you can start by not going to full tension. You can just kind of ease into how much you're actually stretching. The way that I like to practice and teach is very similar to yoga. If you're feeling like I want to stay here and breathe for a minute, you can. You don't want to too stretch. Be mindful of the neck. Called the swimming dragon. Good. Let's go lower. Good. Staying with the breath. Using movements, putting our body out, stretching these meridians, using our breath to really ask the chi to follow the breath. Blood will follow the chi. Good. Going lower. Noticing if it feels a little bit better or there's places that feel a little stuck. And then you can also at your own pace go higher. See what feels better for you. Morning. Good. A couple more. Good. Now let's do it more of a flow, just to flow. So there's a couple options on this, right? You can hang out here and just really feel it. You can also do ear to the shoulder. Just depends if you want to get that occiput all the way to the cranial. Sacral. So again, so you can just start by just moving up and down here at your own pace. You can go slow. You can raise the arms up. But always returning your attention to the breath. And it also can be big. You can get really low if you want to start continuing to work those quads and the hamstrings here. And then side to side. I often, when I'm doing a move, I like to close my eyes in the beginning just to start really feeling it, creating that muscle memory of what does it feel like to be in this body, doing this motion? Can I find more grace and ease, more peace, more presence? And then I return to the breath. Looking out at that ocean, being in nature, it helps you connect to yourself. Also, just closing your eyes. And relax. Good. Full body weight. So I like to cup my hands just in the front here. So we're going to open up the conception and the do, Ren and do. So we're just going to inhale up. And again, you can tighten your glutes here. You can do a slight back bend if you want. Otherwise, we're lifting the abs and doing a flat back forward. Since this is a first one, we'll just take a breath down here. Let's bend our knees, chin to the chest, and roll those hips towards the ocean. So again, full body weight. We're going to just open up that spine and open up the front and the back of the body. So you can go at your own pace, exhaling forward, inhaling up. Good, nice big breaths in the nose. If you're feeling like you have excess, you can exhale out of the mouth. Otherwise, if you're feeling you want to strengthen and tonify, we go in and out of the nose. But if you need both, I would do in and out of the nose. And then when we go to shaking, you can do the exhale out of the mouth. Good. So feel that opening of the front body. We're safe enough here. Take up some space. Feeling like you can spread those arms, have that heart space open, and the opening of the back. Your support system. Really getting close with, connected with the back side of your body. We want to be aware of all of our surroundings. We tend to not train ourselves to be aware of the side body and the back body. Good, one more. Really get that chin to the chest. Good, and we're going to come down and do a forward bend. You can support yourself with your hands on the sand if you want, but I want to move into some fingertips or circles around the back of the knees. And you can take your fingertips up and down the hamstrings or the gallbladder channel, the IT band. When you're done with that, we're going to bend the knees and roll on up. One of my favorites. All right. So we're a little bit of a Dao Yin before we go into flow. So pick a leg. And we're going to inhale here. And then you can exhale or inhale here. It's up to you. So we're just going to go nice and slow with our breath. Feel the lengthening. So you're pressing that foot into the ground. And you're opening the front. I love these postures here, this movement, a little different than traditional yoga, where I'm focusing on my breath, really thinking about these meridians, the places we get stuck, especially with sitting, and then the ways our bodies compensate left to right. Nice and graceful. Staying with that breath, using it to lengthen and open. Good, let's switch sides. Good. Inhale. And the earth is spinning.
I had to.
It doesn't need to look a certain way. Just feel it in your body. Making space. The season of letting go. We're connecting with our co-creator here in the autumn. And participating in this process of letting go. Good, breathe. Allow that oxygen to infuse this body with life. Good, exhaling the toxic people, experiences, things in our life. Good, one more. Breathe in that goodness. And exhale. That feels good. Good, so knocking. So you can either slap or you can also knock with a fist, whatever you like, whatever feels good for you. I'm just gonna go from the top to the bottom. We'll start with the back of the legs. We'll move to the sides. Good, all right, let's move it to the hip flexors. Places where we get stuck, especially those that sit or play kickball. All right, let's move to the rib cage. Good, in the chest. See if we see any dolphins. And low back. Good, in and out the nose. So in the nose, out the mouth. Ah. If you want to do the lung sound, you could do an S or an S. An S is good. If you want to do it vocal. We always do the yin, the yin sounds. Helps with grief, with sadness.
Season.
Good, lengthening the inhale, lengthening the exhale. You can change the pace so you can go short and fast. If you go deep, it's more tendon. Why does this always feel so good? Is it just me?
Very animal.
Good. Shake it up. Wrist health. Good. Creating that elasticity. This is your Spider-Man training. Right? Really relax it. Wrist health, so important these days with the tablets, the phones. Really fling it. Once that elasticity, too dry, no less, can't get the rubber band back, right? So we're wanting to maintain this. Good. Switch. Water, movement like this. Essential fatty acids. Less on this side. Good. And shake. All right. Let's go into some flow. We'll start with Tai Chi opening. So now that we've woken up, stimulated our muscles a little bit, let's move into a moving meditation. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down. Good. So slowing down our movements to slow down our thoughts. Inhaling, feel that polarity, that connection to the earth's core. Good. Play with that magnetic pull. And we're feeling this connection to earth. Feel your feet planted on the ground. Mother Earth supporting you as we travel through this universe. Feeling the lightness of that opening. Yeah, the weightlessness, breathing in. Just we're creating some memory, cellular memory here, that it is easy. I think someone made a lot of money off that button. It's easy. So we continue to affirm that we go with the flow, finding the path of least resistance. Inhale up, exhale down. Good. Let's soar eagle. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. Good. Really connecting, noticing what it feels like to be opening up that side body instead of the front. Creating this memory. I love this for women, right? So just feeling comfortable with taking up space, feeling comfortable with being seen and heard. And this autumn is about cultivating a deeper sense of self-worth. One of the most important things we need to do is to continue to cultivate that self-esteem. Because you'll never really feel that spiritual quality of expectancy, expecting the good, if you don't feel like you're worth it. So we start here in the autumn. This is the season to wear gold, jewelry, feeling that worth. Okay, one more. Spread those wings. Good. Exhale. Good. Let's bring it in. Let's connect with those lungs. So let's just go ahead and right through Lao Gong, right through the center of the palm. Let's infuse these lungs, this system, with this golden energy, this white energy, whatever is your preference, just infusing this beautiful system that we have that works all on its own. Connect with your good. Connect with your inherent birthright to design whatever life that it is that you want. So let's move it into a flow. So we're going to inhale up, pause a second. Again, we're connecting with our co-creator and exhaling down. So we're going to just support this system here. We do the long, we do the yin organ. We do our postures and our flow. But the paired organ is the large intestine. So we support this innate system that is associated with this season and the metal element. So we can stay connected and realize that we're not doing this alone. There's a saying in the Tao Te Ching, when Shen is the ruler, everything can take its place. So we connect with our own Shen, our own spirit. And when we lead from our place, when we lead our life, our activity from that place, all is well. So the large intestine helps us get out of the way because we're decluttering our space and our mind for new thoughts, new feelings, new ways of being, new expressions. So it's a time of emptying. Good. Let's put our hands, you can do it over the heart, over the lungs, or you can touch your lungs. And since we're at the beginning of this season, I want you to say to yourself, whatever it is that, a phrase, a mantra, choose an affirmation for this season for supporting yourself to stay connected and to make a pledge and a promise to yourself to declutter your mind, your thoughts, your things, and really let go what's not truly serving you. For colon health's sake, really. Beautiful. Good. Back of the hands come up. Well, let's just inhale. Let's go. Move into the seasons here. Inhale and exhale. Good. Pull that energy up right through that central column. Good. For me, this posture, this kidney, this water element posture, we call it fountain. So right from the bubbling springs, the bottom of that foot, bringing it up through the heart, out to the world. So I like to ask myself, who am I in this posture? Who am I today? Thinking about which identities, what do you say when someone asks you? What wants to come through today? This water element reminds me that if I can't improve the silence, I will not speak. Your sound, your voice, it's a sonic blueprint. When you speak, you're casting a spell, you're creating form. And so there's a responsibility to stay connected to yourself, especially when others are in earshot. And especially because always, as we know, your cells are eavesdropping. So we take such radical self-care and self-love. And so this is why water is such a beautiful currency. Taking a shower at the end of your day, the beginning of your day, really, it's like a baptism. So I want you to feel this, let's start doing a ripple. Let's just start feeling how beautiful our connection to water is. And whatever shape we give it, it'll take its form. So as you start to continue to create and design your experience here, know that power within you is limitless. No one can take that power away. That's the one thing you have, is the power of choice. Good. Breathe that in. Go slow enough to really hear your own innate wisdom. Good. Let's hold our hands over our kidneys. You can also touch them if you'd like. You can hold, touch. This is your support system. This is the nature of who you are. Legacy is how people remember you until the last person speaks your name. Good. All right, let's move in. Good, and exhale. Nice. Inhale up. It's a great time to connect with, I like to connect with my ancestors here, the family tree, all who came before me. I like to get clear on my deepest intent so I know what to focus on this season. So there's a clarity. This is why we're clearing that third eye vision here. Inhaling up, opening up that liver gallbladder meridian. You can also bring it to the crown if you're needing that portal to be open. So this is a great posture for Mercury going direct, right? So it's that energy of moving forward with communication. So this is great. So you can be thinking about in this posture, your vision, the ways to communicate, the ways in which you want to really govern and direct and lead. This is the wood element. This season. So it's directing and changing your foods, your self-care practices, the tea you're drinking, all of your activities. I love that this clarity piece here really helps you stay in your lane. You know, I always remind my students, you know, asking yourself, what's mine to do? Because we can't really do too much for other people. Good. Find that clarity of vision for yourself. There's nothing more attractive than a strong, empowered, clear woman with a purpose. So we cultivate that wood energy within so we can be that for ourselves. Let's embrace that tree. So knees are slightly bent out, neutral pelvic. Embrace the tree. I want you to feel like squeeze your legs, feel that structure, that strength within. Feel yourself embracing your own heart, creating that net, giving yourself the love you need to know in this posture that you're enough right now. Let's drop that left hand. Let's clear the heart. We have a lot of relationships with people, different kinds of relationships. And with matters of the heart, we're wanting to recalibrate to love. Love is our blueprint. Good. So if you need to, that top hand pulling those cords, those strings that you subconsciously attach to another. And we move into the space as we're cultivating this heart energy today. Let us, move into a space of, I'm playing around with love languages a lot in my life. And it's like, it's such a privilege for someone to share their life with you. It's such a privilege. We get to. And we also give people permission to let in. So we think about the pericardium, and we want real protection against harm, but also leaving it open for love. Breathe that in. Breathe the way that you just love fiercely. that some people are not ready for the magnitude of your love. And when you meet, you have a connection with someone, noticing how unbelievably yummy it feels to be received in that love. So because we're in the autumn, let's tie it to the season we're in. So those that are not ready, that can't receive our love because they don't love themselves enough, we just hold space. Chinese medicine teaches us that if you smother the fire, you smother the connection. So we want to keep that space in between. And that heart energy is such beautiful energy that if we don't stay in tune with ourselves, we tend to spill it over. I love those movies where there's like a train accident and 12 people are stuck for like a week. And in the end, no matter where you are in the world, if you spend time with anybody long enough, you will find connection. You may find love beyond what they look like, how they speak, what religion they follow. So, it's making a commitment with this heart energy to find the connection. We tend to find how we're separate and the differences because we're afraid. So let's just feel that energy. So I like to, you can hold the heart, you could do prayer, of course, you can just energetically be off the body. So in the season of letting go, let's connect with our hearts. Let's think about the relationships that nourish our heart. Let's think about maybe the ones that are not ready for the magnitude of our love. How can we love ourselves more fiercely? How can we love up on our people more in the places they need it most without judgment? Because we're in the season of judgment. So let's have some healthy discernment and be creative, stay in that creative flow on how can I love in the ways in which they can actually receive my love. Let's get creative. Good, and let's move into the earth. We kind of started with the earth with Tai Chi opening. So we're just sitting back. The hands float out, and then we inhale in. Good. Sit back, float it out. Good. Cultivating that harvest. We just had the earth element. So we're noticing the sweet potatoes and the yams and the pears. So wanting to make sure that we're continuing to stay in harmony with the season. Good, breathing in. So this is shopping at the farmers markets, finding new ways of nourishing yourself and staying connected to this beautiful land. I love prescribing cuddling to my patients, singing, gardening, baking, anything that's going to continue to cultivate the earth within. Good. Good. You have to give yourself that nourishment. Otherwise, you won't recognize it when someone else tries to give it to you. So we give ourselves what we need. Let's think about our mothers, in any sort of sense of the word. Honoring the eternal mother. All the times that we've been mothered. Just finding gratitude in the ways that you can also mother. In a way that makes people whole, that makes you whole. We move away from that enabling and all the old things that we used to do from the times. Some of you are too young for that, but just honoring this divine mother here, this connection. Good. So you can either hold the chi ball in front of your belly, you can hold your belly, you can also connect to the earth. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Bring our breath down to the abdomen. Good. Connect with that umbilical cord. And finding and embodying gratitude in this moment. For Mother Earth, for the nourishment, for our mothers. Good. Let's breathe it in. Like to remind myself that I'm in between heaven and earth. So I feel my feet as I stretch, feel that connection. Mm. Good. Inhaling up, straighten those legs, open that up, bring all that light into your own body. Good. Deepening that breath. Good. Clearing the field here. Pulling down the heavens. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Good. Let's do bamboo in the wind. Put our hands over our bellies, feet together. Let's do a little swing and just do a little rub around that belly. Being grateful for this amazing weather that just allows us to have a different feeling. The light changes in the autumn. It gives us that ability to reflect. A little different than the winter. That's the yin aspect of the kidney. Season will always usher in new emotions. So we do a little swaying. Going back to your intention for your time here today. Good. Breathe that in. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to see you. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. See you next time. Bye for now.